Well, it's about goddamn time. We're back. It's 2020. We had some young kids up in here, high off weed, smoking, chewing up our preparation time for the first year. How you get your first show off janky? I'll tell you how. You get a bunch of young kids up in here before you smoking weed. Look at, where this trash weed at? Where is it at? I don't even smoke weed in this trash. You understand? Look at this. Daugne had to come in here with her Nino Brown acting ass with some real weed to get these boys. And they was high off of it, Daugne.
They needed to know to smoke some good.
They was smoking lawn.
Boof.
High grade turf.
And was high as hell when I left.
Hey, listen, I got a hell of a show lined up. Somebody said you guys look great.
Aw,
Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Let me tell you, y'all hear me fawning over Mimi and shit. Yeah, Mimi cute, she's pretty or whatever, you know. I like the way she looks. But Peaches is cute too.
Well, thank you.
Thank
You got me blushing.
You roll back the years, maybe you Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
You roll back maybe how many years?
I'm 4 years older than you.
So let's say 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't pull out.
Ooh, hey.
He said 10 years ago. He wouldn't pull out now.
Ooh.
Oh, you got that Thanksgiving stuffing cooter, huh? Welcome to the Voice of Reason. We have returned. If this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason, please understand just a little bit about what we do. Relationship topics galore. And we put them in front of two women who are beautiful, smart. They've done enough shit in their lives to be able to speak on this relationship quandary most of you find yourselves in.
See, senor.
You know what it is? But before I even get to that, you already know what the protocol is around here. We promote black-owned businesses at the top of the show. The first business we're going to promote is the studio that we're recording from, live in Inglewood. It's vibefree.tv.
Right.
You know, brothers don't like doing business with brothers. Mm-hmm. Can we keep 100?
True.
What's your experience with doing business? Let me tell you something. Just tell me your worst black business experience.
Barbering. I did this dude's twisties. It took me 4 hours to twist his whole head. I had one little corner to go. He said, let me go put some quarters in my meter so I don't get a ticket.
Black business problems. Keep going.
I let him go put that money in his meter. I never saw my chair cloth, my comb,
He said, my little
my
sister do the rest of
beeswax.
my hair.
It was one little corner left. But I trusted this Negro to come back and sit in my chair and let me finish his hair.
And pay you.
And I was so oblivious that he would do something like that because we had a ball, smoked a little weed. I smoked my kush with him. We ate lunch. I mean, it take a while to do
All
hair.
you had to do was have sex with him. You did everything else.
Yeah, I made you look good for your bitch.
Damn.
And you took off $200. Back then, that shit was a lot of money, you know. Now that shit be like $50. But back in the early '90s, but he would have got socked in the head if I seen him on site that week.
What is your worst black business moment?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Should I tell us something that happened to me or something that I saw happen
Okay,
at
change
another
the
place?
names to protect.
Okay, let's change the names to protect. So I sell clothing, and so I had a showroom, and some girls came by that were friends with another friend, and it was a lot of them, And so they were trying to steal while they were there. And so we knew exactly that something was missing. So when they started going down the steps, we kind of like went after them. It's like, excuse me, can I look in your bag? And so they took off. So long story short, my daughter, we chased them down. I stayed at the store. She chased them down. And so I said all that to say I really didn't like that because I felt like we're black businesses, but you come to steal with that as an intention. Like that wasn't an intention. It was a lot of them. They feel like figure a lot of us over here, a lot over there will steal. And so, you know, and then it's the other way around. I hate when you go to black businesses and they have an attitude. Your attitude is everything.
Like, I'll take your money, but I don't like you.
Right. Take your order.
Yeah, I take your order, but don't smile at you.
Right, but you need a tip at the end. Then you'll compliment me when it's time for the tip.
I
like
nice
your hair.
scrunchie.
Right, I like your hair.
Scrunchy, that's all they can bust her up.
Your scrunchie cute.
Yeah, I like it. Right, like what?
So, I'm going to start it off like I normally do. Total package energy. I'm on total package energy.
I can tell. Full of it.
Listen, total package energy is great if you got shit to do. Now, if you ain't got nothing to do, don't drink total package energy.
Right.
Because it'll clear the fog from your mind. You will recognize how mundane and mediocre and empty your life is if you on total package energy with no purpose. If you got a purpose, total package energy will see you through to the completion of that purpose. Total package energy is one. The hurricane report is the other. The hurricane report.
Hurricane.
I met with some of the people who run the hurricane report. Solid folk. This is an alternative news outlet for black folk. I keep trying to tell y'all, the media is designed to condition the mind to respond in kind. We want you to respond this way, so we're going to put this kind of media out. They control all of it. Everything is a show. You think just because your show went off and the news came on, that the show ended with the show you like. Like after Martin went off and then the news came on, you thought the show was over? No, the show is just beginning. CNN is a big show. Fox News is a big show. It's a production. Please understand that the media is also part of Hollywood. And Hollywood is masterful at weaving lies. Please understand that. This is why I like the Hurricane Report. And alternative sources of media like Al Jazeera. Have you guys ever watched that?
Yeah, sometimes.
The Young Turks, the BBC.
All the time.
You got to get like some other kind of news.
Right.
Because our news got more preservatives in it than processed food.
True.
And we just got to be 100% and tell the truth now. This is why I love the Hurricane Report. So go to their website. That's h-report.news. Or Instagram, h_report. That's REEEPOORT. Or follow them on Twitter at the H-Report2. Before I get to my books, because y'all got to sell my books out. I'm tired of playing with y'all. But before I get to my books, my cousin, my first cousin. You know, first cousins are like friends.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are the best of friends.
First cousins, you know, be the homies. I'm talking about in your family. First cousin, yeah, she just said move y'all chairs over, that's all. First cousins be like hella friends. Now, you remember the last show we did for the last part of the year? I talked about how crazy I was as a child. Well, this first cousin, I got another quick story. This first cousin was a baby when I was a little tyke. And I just hung him out the window by his foot. And his dad was like, boy, what in the hell is you? Yeah, he grabbed the baby. But me and my cousin have been solid ever since that. I was like, I ain't gonna kill the baby.
You know
I'm just playing with him. I ain't gonna drop him. I had a Michael Jackson moment. I had him dangling out the window.
Wow. And he laughing like a diabolical maniac.
Hey,
That's the part.
On the Joker side of the game. Hey, but listen, I love my cousin. He's a father now. You know, 2 beautiful little girls. I ain't gonna put too much of his business out there. College grad, business owner, real smart guy. Mm-hmm. So, but he introduced me to our guest.
Okay.
And our guest, he got an incredible, I'm just bringing him on so he could promote his business here. Our guest is somewhat of a celebrity.
All right.
A lot of people don't know. But when I sat down and peeped the game that he was able to do, it was amazing.
All right.
Now, he only got like 2.5 minutes to tell us.
Okay.
When he told me, it was like 2.5 hours.
Right.
Because I was driving from Fresno and I talked to him for about an hour. Then he told me the whole story. I said, Jesus, well, at least we got home. you got, when you're taking a long drive, you need something to distract you. Well, this brother had a long story. I heard the whole damn story. And you know me, I'm weird on the phone. I'd be like, okay, well, tell me what I can do for you. Let's just get to what you want. How can I help you? But then I met the brother for breakfast.
Okay.
You know, Inglewood, serving spoon.
Okay.
Oh, yes, the servant.
I like the serving spoon.
Yeah, I knew he was serious when he picked up the tab.
Oh, yeah, that chicken sausage is on me.
That's about
Brother
a dub
picked
of
up the tab. I said, this man's serious. Yeah. But when I heard his story, I was like, this got to be heard.
Okay.
This brother right here.
Over here.
I got to be honest, man. This brother's a success story.
Okay.
And he about to do it again.
That's right.
And I'm finna help him do it again. Listen, okay, so do me a favor, brother. Can you grab that chair and sit it next to Mimi and grab Mimi's mic and come over here and talk to folk about, well, we all got to move over now. Listen, it's like we at home. Y'all can get up and move them chairs. Come on, girls. Let this brother get in the shot. There we go. Yeah, show them what they missing, Peaches. They looking at Peaches like, hey, move on over, Mimi, and let Dean get in this shot. All right, so Mimi, let him use your mic for a moment. Good brother, tell them first your name and who you are. Let me look at this here. Let me see this right here.
Okay, my name is Dean Chapman, and I'm the owner of Express Yourself Sports Merchandise, and I make officially licensed merchandise. I only have 2 minutes, so I have to be fast. I've worked with the Pasadena Tournament of Roses. I've worked with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I worked with Pete Carroll directly, like me and Zoe, directly with Pete Carroll at USC. And he helped me to get my product licensed with USC. And now I'm back in the game with Fresno State. And so when my gentleman over here on the left who doesn't want to be on camera, he told me, hey, man, this guy named New Williams that's balling out there. So we're watching New Williams. He said, man, you ought to meet his dad, Zoe. And so I'm like, who's his dad? And so long story short, here I am. I met Zoe. As he said, we had breakfast. And that's what I do. I'm an African-American owned business. I make officially licensed sports merchandise, and we're about to just blow this thing up with all of the colleges in the country.
He got the patent.
That's dope.
I remember these USC seat cushions. He got the patent for this. It comes with a dry erase board.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
He got the patent for this. He just signed a 4-year deal with Fresno State. I didn't even know.
Wow.
He just
Fresno
signed a deal
knew.
and he's going to start expanding to other colleges.
Dope.
And
Proud of you.
What's so beautiful about this story was sometimes people are afraid to ask. They got a business idea, they got a plan or something, and they're afraid to ask. This dude saw Pete Carroll and said, hold on one second, there go Pete Carroll. and walked outside and said, hey, Pete, listen, bro, I got something. And Pete on some old, all right, well, buy me a tuna fish sandwich tomorrow from Subway, and we'll talk about it.
Dope.
Pete Carroll, here's his plan, here's his idea, and then takes him to the school bank and says, I'm with him. He needs $200,000. And they gave him the money on site that day.
That was God.
And that's how he started the USC Credit Union, and that's how he started these seats. And remember, during the Pete Carroll days,
Wow.
the Trojans was on fire.
Oh, yes.
On the football
2
side.
years back
Yes,
to back,
they were.
undefeated.
They was
National
killing.
championship, Heisman Trophy. Yes.
And the cold part is, he get the boot when Pete get the boot. Like, he knew something about Reggie Bush. He didn't know nothing. He was selling cushions.
That's dope, though.
But it was beautiful, man, because Pete made it happen for this brother.
Yes.
Pete just wanted a little piece of it for...
Better LA.
Yes, he had a nonprofit organization.
You know Better LA.
He used the kids from Better LA to come sell the merchandise at the Coliseum.
That's fire. And a
Pete Carroll
tuna fish
hooked him up with
sandwich.
Snoop Dogg. Pete Carroll hooked him up with everybody. He was with Chick Hearns and the Lakers. Man, this dude right here, I'm really like, he's a celebrity. He done did it big time. You made these seats cushions for Snoop's football league too, right?
Yes,
That's
we're
fire.
doing it again right now. In fact, Snoop is going to be in a commercial with the AD up at Fresno State, the athletic director, and we're about to film a commercial within the next 2 weeks. We're going to film a commercial, and so can you imagine the athletic director who's in charge of all athletics in Fresno? Gave him the script. He said he loves it. He says, Dean, let me run it by the higher up and make sure everything is good. He says, once I get the stamp, I'm in. And so basketball, men and women, baseball, track and field. Because the big thing now is stadium compliance. The clear bags, you have to have a clear bag when you go into a stadium, or a fanny pack.
Oh,
or a tote
yeah.
bag. You have to have, and so this is the future.
Yeah.
You won't be able to take like your purse you were speaking of earlier.
Yeah.
You can't take something that you can't see.
Yeah.
And so this time, I'm officially licensed with Fresno State through the NCAA and the Collegiate Licensing Company. And so,
Speaking to the mic, brother.
so we're out there. We're making it happen.
That's
We've already
dope,
gotten
man.
started.
And you have the patent, so nobody else can come behind you and
Absolutely.
try to do
He
it.
got
That's the
this.
secret.
That is so
And the
bomb.
crazy part is, he flying high.
That's right.
Football game. 17,000 seat cushions sold. 30,000 seat cushions sold. He
Right.
killing.
Yeah.
And then they cut his legs out from underneath him because Pete left. So now he rebuilding it. This is an opportunity for us as black folk to support a black-owned business, a black innovator, a creator, and support this man's business. So how do they get it?
They can contact us through Express Yourself Sports Merchandise.
Express Yourself Sports Merchandise. Is that a .com?
Yes, .com, and on Instagram. You can just go on Instagram and boom, that's us. And no dots in there, just straight Express Yourself Sports Merchandise.com.
And this is crazy. My cousin hooked me up with him. I was supposed to be at the game. I wasn't at the game. The brother texts me and says, "Are you at the game?" I said, "No, but New had a great game." He was like, "Well, your son is balling." I said,
Right. Killing.
Yeah.
Man, so I'm very pleased, brother. Thank you for coming.
It's my
And we're
pleasure.
gonna bring you back when we get your video promo, and we're gonna play the promo, man, and promote it.
I would love to be here.
Dean, there you go, man. We appreciate it. Give me a
thank you.
step
Thank
back. You got
you.
to sell all this.
Thank you. Now we need ours now.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, happy to be here.
All right. You already know the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. I would like 600 copies of that purchased today. Why not? Speak it into existence, I've been told. I want 600 copies purchased today. Can we do that? It's available on Amazon exclusively. Audible, Kindle, as well as paperback. Also, can you guys do me a solid and go to my website, iamzowilliams.com, and purchase the holographic relationship. Do that for me now. Do that now, right? The holographic relationship. If you purchase today, I will ship it tomorrow. iStar. We are at 460 subscribers. I want to get to 500 before the night is over. Can everybody go to iStarVids, vids with a Z.com and subscribe? Because when I tell you we got major things happening, also we're about to release that video that we recorded here.
Okay.
Me, Corey, and Bobby, we did a show on, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Oh,
and we were looking at all of these different videos where sometimes parents go overboard and it's abuse.
Yeah.
Right? YouTube, after 5 minutes of that video being up, yanked it. It's about to be uploaded to iStar tonight. Very powerful show, very riveting show. If you want to see it, you got to go subscribe to my iStar channel. That's iStarVids.com. Once you get there, once you subscribe, gain access to my page, which is at, I think it's Zowhat iStar. Zowhat iStar. Get at me. Let's do it right now. Now, let's get into today's topic.
All right.
So,
It's 2020, and it's a lot of goofiness still going on in our interpersonal relationships. So I wanted to do a show to start the year off to really get your lives in order.
okay.
All right.
Listen to this topic. You tell me how you feel about this topic. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on VOR Radio, by the way. Oh, that's coming back too. Wow. Oh, yes. I'm not even going to talk about it. That's coming back too. Tonight's topic, relationship conflict versus relationship conflict management. You got a lot of frustrated people out there who want an answer.
Yes.
Okay.
It'd be conflict in your relationship, and all you want is an answer. Sometimes your answer comes in the form of the expectation of being understood. Ooh, you like that little wrinkle, huh?
Yeah.
A little wave on the ruffle.
The expectation of being understood.
Yeah, you
Okay.
see that? Now, I've already told you guys, clinicians, counselors, and everybody else have changed conflict resolution, the term, to conflict management. Nobody wants to listen. People don't listen in stereo. They listen in black and white. You need surround sound listening abilities.
Right.
Right? I posted something on my page, and motherfuckers, it's simple. The statement was simple, but people went out of their way to not understand it because it would lead to something called accountability.
Okay.
Y'all remember Maya Angelou?
Yes.
Every black magic thought girl, magic thoughts.
Right.
And I only call you a thought because you don't want to think.
Right.
I don't mean that hoe over there. I mean that hubris over there. You like that? Somebody beam me up. Beam it up. Thought, that hubris over there.
A thought without thoughts.
Because they went out of their way to avoid the point. And this is what I don't like. I don't like contradiction. Right? Don't quote Maya Angelou and then act like you confused when I switch one word around. What does this mean? It meant the same shit that it meant before I just put a word in there.
Right. One word.
One word. Flipped it around. What does this mean? It means you're the problem in your relationship, and that's why your punk ass is single.
Right.
Let me introduce Sara before I even read this. Sara, get your ass in here. Sara from the South, she be confused too.
I'm a little bit.
But her confusion is comedy.
Total comedy.
Say hi to everybody, Sara, without the H.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, this is the first show of the year, and we gonna turn up because I don't give a damn today.
That's right.
Today, now listen to this question. You remember when someone shows you, what's the rest of it?
Who they are.
Who they are.
Believe it.
Believe them the first time.
Exactly.
Maya Angelou, right?
Right.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. People know themselves much better than you do. That's why it's important to stop expecting them to be something other than what they are. You can smoke an entire bag of that, right?
Right. A whole pound.
But when I change a word around, what does this mean?
Oh.
I said, when someone shows you who you are, believe them the first time. Now, what do you mean, Zoe? When someone shows you who you are. See, you want to go and quote Krishnamurti because I told you about him. I've been saying that's my favorite philosopher for damn near 10, 15 years. And I said, Krishnamurti, go get his book, Relationship as a Mirror. You want to use Krishnamurti and variations of what he said so you can look deep to people.
Right.
But when I tell you, relationship is a mirror, I always quoted it in my first book, The Relationship Dismount. I tell you, J. Krishnamurti, and I quote him and cite him and give him his credit for this original idea that relationship is a mirror. When someone shows you who you are, believe them the first time. That takes it off the person. See, we live in a victimhood mentality, blame game mentality culture.
Right.
He came into my life and he wasn't shit. Well, shit got two components.
Right.
Right.
It come out of ass and it stank.
And then you flush it.
Now, which one are you?
Right.
Right? The smell had to go with the loaf.
Right. Even the fart.
Right. Because the smell coming out before the shit coming out.
Do you understand? I'm not a piece of shit. Well, how did a piece of shit convince you to fall in love with him?
Right.
When somebody shows you who you are, how many times I don't be acting like that. Well, how did you act like that?
Right.
Right.
I'm not normally like that. Well, obviously you have the capacity to be that way.
Right.
So I said, let's deal with conflict in relationship. Another quote I posted on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Mr. Zowhat, was regarding intimate relationship conflict, whenever I hear unidirectional blame, I know I'm dealing with a child.
Yes.
When it's always your fault.
Always your fault.
Right.
You did it. You're responsible. Nobody ever says my expectations of you are responsible.
Right. That part.
The inflexibility of my expectations of you are the problem. That's the problem. If I change my expectations of you, I ain't got no beef with you.
None.
Right.
Why is it in most relationships your partner thinks you are a 6'2", 200-pound lump of clay for them to mold?
Right.
That's y'all. I'm talking about you women.
Like you didn't have nothing else going on in your life before we came
Do
along.
you understand? How long does it take for you to get over recurring misunderstandings in relationships? Donnie. Why she say, Simone? It don't take me long.
No, I'm not about to say that because it takes time. Because when you first get with somebody, you're getting to know them. And then you're going to repeat the same mistakes in the first few months anyway, at least the first 6 months, because it takes at least a year to get to know someone fully, completely. 6 months, yeah, you getting over the euphoria. You spending more time really seeing the person for who they are. Now is the time where you have to accept who you are in the relationship. Like, do I really want this right now? Am I going to the next level with this person? Because when you get to that marking point, that's when those decisions start coming in your head. So, no, it's not easy.
Did you answer the question, Nick?
Yes, I did.
You told a long-ass story.
But I answered the question, though.
The question was, how long does it take you to get over relationship misunderstanding? Do you have an attitude in the morning?
No. I'm not an attitude in the morning. I get an attitude when you present me with a reason to have an attitude.
Oh.
Yeah, like if I feel like...
That's the same thing as blaming.
No. If something is not in concurrence...
Let me just ask again. Are you justifying your attitude? Because you could just be an attitudinal motherfucker. Are you justifying your attitude?
Not at all.
It sounds like it, but finish.
I don't always have an attitude, though. I only have an attitude when I'm provoked to have an attitude. And then I have to ask myself, why do I have an attitude? Am I tripping? Am I seeing too much into this?
So do you play Monopoly?
Sometimes. I used to.
There is a function of Monopoly. We have community chess, and you got chance. Mm-hmm. Chance has a card in that bitch.
Yes, it does.
It's a get out of jail free card. Mm-hmm. And to me, to say you provoked me is using your get out of jail free card. It takes you off the hook. You should know your triggers, and you should have some kind of contingency plan for your triggers if you consider yourself an adult.
And I do have a plan, and my plan is usually to analyze my bullshit first before I address the other person.
You just said I'll have an attitude if you provoke me.
And I'm provoked. I'm a human being. Human beings get attitudes. That's when I check myself.
Oh, so now you finna bring all of humanity into your bullshit.
Yep,
I just simply said, do you hold a grudge? You're a Scorpio. I know you hold a grudge.
No, I don't. I don't hold any grudges. I let it go. But I'm a let-it-goer. I get down where I get mad.
No. You're not a let-it-goer. You're indifferent and a quitter.
I'm indifferent, not a quitter.
You quit? Say you don't quit. You get what you want, you quit. I'm waiting.
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Mimi!
Ass.
You know what? Whenever
I'm not finna sit here and listen to this bullshit now. It's 2020, clear vision.
You know what? I feel like when I get in certain situations or in relationships, or even if I'm letting people like make me mad, I actually stop and think, why are you letting this person ruin your day? Why are you letting this person steal your joy? The more you're mad at them, the more you give them the power. The more that every time they can do something and it immediately makes you mad, they've actually got the power. So I always try to rechannel my thoughts with that so that I can rechannel my energy, because I don't want to give somebody that type of power that you can get on the phone with them and every time they say something you don't like, you hang up mad. You feel me? Because there's people like that in your life. They know exactly what to do, exactly what to say. It could be your baby's mama. It could be your baby's daddy. It could be the brother-in-law, the mother-in-law. It could be whoever it is.
Right.
Your woman knows the triggers when she get mad.
Right.
You know?
The same woman that will come off that penis will be the same woman that said your penis ain't shit.
Right, exactly.
But you know that's out of anger.
But
you know she talking out of anger. She not talking out of love.
Get your goofy penis out of here. Wait a minute. You was just...
And then the next day she gonna say, bring that goofy ass penis back over here. I love your silly little penis.
Right.
It's your silly.
Right.
How long does it take you, Sarah, to get over misunderstandings?
Because the misunderstanding starts a lot of times in my head and then manifests into a bigger misunderstanding.
Oh, I like this. Keep going.
So it's like I'm already jilted because I'm thinking the situation through my head, and sometimes that's not a good place.
So a lot of times women do this. Tell me if I'm right, Sarah. Tell me if I'm right. A lot of times women do this.
Okay.
Y'all ask questions,
Yes.
but you answer your own questions.
all the time.
And
look
then,
at you to see if
and
you
then
lying.
when you restate the motherfucking question to the person you got an attitude with, you're not looking for his answer. You're looking for your confirmation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or see if you lying.
We're looking for our intuition confirmation.
That's because y'all don't trust your intuition. Most spiritual beings on the planet Earth got intuition. God is whispering in your ear, and you be like, shut the fuck up. Let me get this dick.
And let me ask this dick this question I need the answer to today.
I need a confirmation because God told me something. God needs confirmation.
No, he don't need confirmation. Us humans are the ones.
Where does God end and intuition begin? Now be quiet. Don't play with me. It's 2020, goddammit. Don't play with me.
Sometimes you gotta, as the old folks say, sometimes you gotta fleece the Lord.
You gotta fleece him.
You gotta fleece the Lord.
Tell me what fleecing the Lord
Please
means.
tell
The
me
Lord
too, because that's
is
some
when-
country.
It's when the story of like when Gideon, when he was
When Gideon.
Oh,
Lord.
yeah.
Hallelujah. Gideon.
when he was asking the Lord, you sure isn't me? And he asked the Lord about the fleece, the water on, water off, dry, all that stuff.
Yes, Lord. Yes. Peace,
So
Lord.
therefore, you're fleecing the Lord.
You
Asking
fleece
him,
the Lord.
Yes.
So the
Exit.
Lord needs motivation to reveal shit to you. And we're done. Thank you. I'm going to move on to the next question. See, some of the bullshit that we think is actually the source of the conflict in the relationship.
True.
One thing I hate is, this is going to sound bad.
No, just say.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Yes, say.
No.
It's 2020. Stop the bullshit. Say. Ain't that what you just told me?
But I haven't said any bullshit yet. You've had 7, 8
And
minutes
I'm gonna
of
say
bullshit.
some more bullshit
Okay.
before the show is over, and you know this. So
Let's do it this way. This is a really good question. Is what you're arguing about the real problem?
sometimes
For
no.
women, a lot of times it be other shit. Men argue the way we shop. We going to motherfucking Ross. I need drawers, socks. I know my size. I don't have to try these bitches on. I need
Right.
a belt. Oh, there goes some motherfucking cologne I like. Grab it. We in that motherfucker 9 minutes.
Right.
And 7 of the minutes was in the line because you know Ross, the motherfucking line be long.
Oh yes.
Right?
Right.
That's how men communicate.
True.
What is bothering you? What's wrong with you? What are we arguing about? I know you made it about the toilet seat being up,
But that's not it.
but what is it really? What's wrong?
Nigga, you fell asleep last night when I was trying to have an orgasm after you got yours. But you was acting all stupid and went to sleep. So in the morning, that bitch gonna be mad, attitude. This nigga went to sleep. Damn, you can't put down the toilet seat? When really she just wanted an orgasm. I'm just saying, and that's how women, we don't know how to, well, some women don't know how to articulate what's really going on. Me, I'll say, nigga, you fell asleep and that shit wasn't fair, you owe me. You know, but most women won't say that.
Hold on. Hold on. Because there's a whole new concept that just got introduced to me. I owe you an orgasm?
Right.
85% of women don't be busting.
That's their problem. That ain't my problem.
I ain't gonna never, listen, Richard Pryor, I got mine. Get yours.
You know what?
If you could get yours off a plastic dick, you should be able to get yours off a real dick.
You know what?
But you're in control of the plastic dick. Get in control of your own dick.
You see, I
Wait,
can't
hold
speak
on.
on a plastic
You
dick.
want to jump in
so-
too? I'll take on all of you, goddammit. So, are you saying, and I need you to say this because you have experience with plastic. Are you saying that's better?
I'm not saying it's better, but you can control where you hit.
What?
You what? It's a okay. That's just
Keep going.
Yes.
You trying to say men be fumbling around, don't know what they doing?
Some do.
Then how you get sprung?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter how you can make it hit. A dick is still gonna feel better.
So you choosing real life penis over plastic penis?
And sometimes.
Then your point moot.
Sometimes you win some. Sometimes you lose some.
See, that's why I never bought a vibrator because it's just too confusing for me.
No, that was a very interesting concept. Do women have? And I never heard that before. You owe me an orgasm.
Yeah.
Do a lot of women think that way?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I need to, cause look at Mimi. Mimi don't even want to jump in. Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you
I be
do.
saying he owe me one. I'm just gonna get mine. I know how to bust. I mean,
Mimi,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know how to
control,
bust
so
off.
I know how to
Guys.
bust off. If I need to
Yeah, I mean, I could handle my own, but no, nigga, I want to come on your dingaling.
Oh, I can. But I'm talking about that. I'm talking about on the dingling. I'm saying.
Oh, she gonna get
Somebody
hers.
I'm gonna
said-
get mine.
Somebody said these veins ain't fake. That's the difference.
Ooh,
That's true. I'm with that nigga on that one. The
Right.
veins ain't fake.
that warm.
You know,
It's like
I
warm.
saw somebody pull a vibrator out of a box one time. It had pearls in it. It had this shit twisted around. It was my friend Beth. She was like, "Look what I just got." Okay, you already know what she was. Look what I just got in the mail, bitch. You got a snake in the cage, so I know that.
So
It's
help
just
me
an
understand
addition.
something. Help me understand
Hilarious.
something. Because I brought up a tactic, and that is starting an argument. It's almost like Superman getting a running start
Right.
to fly.
Right. Oh yes, that's a good.
So I'm gonna start this argument to really get to what the real issue is. Have you ever used that tactic?
Yeah, of course. When I was
You
younger,
used it
hell
yesterday.
yeah. No, I
Peaches,
didn't.
You know what?
I'm
I think
Peaches. That's BB.
Mimi, excuse me.
a lot of times people don't say what's really on their mind. Things bother them that they maybe didn't mention. And so I think when you don't mention it when it's happening, a wall is slowly being built. So every time something else happens, you're like, this nigga again. Here we go again. And now it's building up, building up, building up. Now next time something silly happens, now there's this big old argument. Now they're bringing up all this old stuff because that was the initiator of it.
Bringing up all the old stuff
Yeah.
that's called kitchen sinking.
Exactly. And even bringing up things that may have even been discussed before. And you said you forgave it, but really deep down you really didn't.
Here we
So
go.
here it goes again. I'm going to bring it back up. I didn't like when this happened. I didn't like when that happened.
Right.
And so I think that that's a problem because you need to address it right away. And then I think that that would get rid of some of that. But by holding it in, you know what I'm saying? It's building up a wall.
Let me ask a question. Can
Yeah.
you really address something? We were raised by mamas like y'all. My mother never addressed something sweet. If it was a problem, she presented it as a motherfucking problem with the concomitant energy. It's a problem, nigga.
Yes.
I might go, uh-oh.
Could that be part of the conflict that is maintained in the relationship? How you present your problem,
Absolutely.
how you articulate your problem.
Well, that's
Yes.
the bottom line.
You have to watch how you speak, when you speak, and know when to speak to the man.
Do you know
Your
how to do that? I don't
relationship.
think you know how to do that. I mean, it sounds smart. It sounds like you've been reading books and Dr. John Gray, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, or whatnot. But knowing you, do you do that?
No, I do not.
Thank you. God damn. The people want the truth. It's 2020.
I don't know. I'm a person that get down where I get mad. If I don't like something, I'm telling you then. I'm going to say it in the nicest way possible. And I'm going to be smart about how I say it because I know who I'm talking to. If I had a problem with you,
Okay, I got
I
you.
would call
I got you. I got you right now.
Uh-huh.
You're in a relationship.
Okay.
The illest thing that has ever happened to you by this person. You want to address it.
Okay.
Think back to whatever they did. Let's see you address it diplomatically versus how you addressed it in real life.
Diplomatically, I should have went in and said, I found this motel key in your car. Were you out fucking? But instead, I addressed it, nigga, wake the fuck up and give me my baby, bitch. Bam. That's how I handled it.
That's what I want to hear. But even the first part, you just said it sweet. It's still off.
Still misery.
It's still terrible.
Still like misery or play Misty for me. Nigga, I found this key in your car.
Peaches? I mean, Mimi?
Well, you know what? Sometimes my temper can be really awful. And so when I was younger,
You Pisces already know.
When I was younger, it was awful. You know what I mean? I was quick draw McGraw. But I noticed that was a problem. So then that's when I had to reevaluate before I make certain decisions and moves. I actually think about it first because actually I can move so fast. It's already happening. Once I'm in it, it's rolling. We doing this. You know what I mean? So I try to make sure I reflect. Like, okay, is it really that serious? Like, okay, so yeah, hypothetically, they didn't answer your call. This, that, and happened. Is it really that serious to be mad about when you know you're not leaving this person? When you're in a relationship, you got to say, hey, am I going to leave them for this? Or we going to argue about this every time? Because all the arguing is causing a problem. Of course, it shows strength if you guys stay together, but at the same time, you're arguing for nothing. You're going to stay there. So I figure if you're going to stick and stay down with it. Now, if it's a real problem, let's sit down and holler. You know what I mean? You don't think we got to sit down and holler about it? No? Talk to me.
I be wanting to cry.
Why?
Because Disney, he did a job on us.
Why?
Cinderella.
Disney did a job on us.
Probably so. I agree.
Y'all think happily ever after is real? Y'all think y'all gonna mature to a point where ain't gonna be no more conflict? The psychologists, the therapists, the clinicians, the counselors, they all said, you know what? We got to get rid of the term conflict resolution because there ain't no resolution.
Okay.
No.
It's only management. How do you manage conflict? Most people spin their wheels like crack-headed hamsters because they're waiting on a behavior change.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your forgiveness is conditional because it's based on a behavior change.
Right. I agree.
Your contempt for people is the easiest way to leave a relationship because you don't have the spiritual, mental, or emotional tools, intellectual tools as well, to be able to not only critique your partner, but critique the triggers within yourself that are compatible with what you think is wrong with your partner.
Aha.
Okay.
I need you to repeat that one more
I
time.
will not. It's on tape. See, I get paid to talk like this, girl. Don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of the conflict is sustained because the conflict staying in your relationship is directly proportional to the inflexibility in your expectation of the person. You want them to change. You want them to be something they're not.
Right.
You can't speed up a person's maturation.
No.
You're right.
There's such thing as a relationship scientist. That is a real thing. The science of relationship. I always mention this guy. Go get his book. It's a book called Intimate Relationships. It's a textbook at UCLA. It's about $120.
Okay.
Go get it. It's their textbook by Benjamin Carney. And you get people, ask peak game, on this being an impetus for conflict. You get people who are with the people they're trying to change while at the same time feeling as if they are superior to the person they're trying to change, which is why they're trying to change them.
Because they think they're better than
Now,
them.
Carney broke it down very clearly. Carney said, we are all within 1 to 5 ticks or points away from each other. So really, everybody is relatively the same who are in an intimate relationship. Meaning, on average, We're about 1 to 5 ticks away from each other in intellect, in emotional IQ, right? In spiritual, mental, psychological development. It's rare you see a motherfucking Jedi Knight dating a goddamn Sith Lord.
Right.
It's rare.
Right.
Typically, everybody is on the cusp. Everybody's a work in progress. But you get the one partner who might be making a little bit more change and feel like by default, because I make the change, I make the rules.
Right.
No.
Could that be the impetus for why the conflict exists?
I think money does matter, of course, but I don't think it should. But in most cases, you're right. Yes, it does matter because whoever's making the most money is going to feel some type of entitlement if they're that type of person. If they're, materialistic type, yes, they're going to feel that way.
But you know what's considered a compatible match?
What?
The one who is entitled because they make the bread, and the one who also is the opposite of that. I'm entitled to you taking care of me.
Right.
Yeah.
So they would consider that a perfect match without necessarily dealing with the sickness, which is entitlement.
True.
You see?
True.
There's a lot of fuckery going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of entitlement.
So, when was the last time you was able to let something go? Big, small, medium. When was the last time you was able to go, it's nothing?
Probably last week.
Was it big?
No.
Can you let something big go?
Yeah. I can let something big go. It depends on what the big is.
Yes, keep going.
If it's a dick in a
Your big is
vagina,
cheating.
if it's a dick in a vagina, it depends on where I'm at with this person, what happened with us, because there's a lot of factors that make you just say, you know what, I'm about to go chill somewhere else. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying it happens. But it's lying to, it's, the real fuckery that gets to me is lying to me, playing with my intelligence.
Can we stop? Women lie.
But we get away with it.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to The Voice of Reason. The big homie about to roll up out of here. I can't fuck with this. 2020. I can't do this again.
We get away with this shit. Y'all got too many facial ticks and tails and shit. Y'all eyes dark to the left real quick. We can look straight in your eyes and put a tear on the side and be serious to the motherfucker. And you be like, oh, I'm sorry, baby.
But see, don't you see the conflict? Don't you see the confusion?
Yeah, I know it.
The conflict is, and this is weird. 99% of the women I've ever met will say, I can't stand a liar.
Oh, yeah.
But use the tactics you just outlined.
Yeah, because they can't stand a liar because they know that they're a liar. I was just illustrating dumb bitch shit as usual, but
if you talk to 99% of sisters, none of them dumb.
Right.
no, but that's dumb bitch shit because that makes you not calling sisters bitches, but I mean
You
that's
already did that.
dumb bitch shit.
I mean, you kind of did that.
Well, they
And
could take
all
it.
the sisters
The
go
bitch
after her.
wear the shoes. The bitch that wears the shoe that fits knows she's that bitch. Other than that, you doing dumb shit.
But we all know, and for people who are just tuning in to the VOR, this is the Voice of Reason. We talk about relationship stuff, and we're a little on the edge today because it's the first show of 2020. I meant to do a show earlier today, the So What show. Couldn't do it. We had a meeting at Dash.
Oh, wow.
Dash is getting ready to start back up. Let me
Yay.
just say this. Everybody in the chat room needs to hit the like button. Everybody in the chat room needs to hit the share button. Let's get this conversation trending on YouTube. Also, for people who are coming in and are a little slow,
Uh-oh.
that's my conflict producer. I got to get over that. I'm Gemini, right? So my approach to things is mental.
Yes.
Okay.
The moment I see stupid, I'll be like, oh.
Here we go. Another dummy.
Everybody can't be like you,
And
Zoe.
here's the thing with me. Like
Another dummy.
I know I'm at a point in my life now where I know I can't teach you intelligence.
Right.
I can't teach perception.
And common sense.
I can't teach any of these things. So I've had to grow up and realize not only can I not teach you, but at the same time, I don't have the tools to teach you.
Uh-huh.
And then the reflection back is, I got you, so I damn sure ain't as smart as I thought the fuck I was.
Right. That's what happens.
I done grew up now.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So again, I'm looking at how conflict is going to always be a part of your relationship.
Right.
They changed it from conflict resolution to conflict management. Similar to debt management. Now you got motherfuckers walking around here not understanding. You can get your debt down to zero.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got people thinking you can get your relationship debt to zero?
Never.
Y'all better stop listening to just regular folk about relationships.
Right.
This is what I mean by that. You'll hear me quote Benjamin Carney, coming from a science perspective on relationships. But what is that based on? That's based on study. That's based on empirical data, stats, right? He had one study that showed domestic violence is not, right? Is not. He came from Florida University first, then went to UCLA. He did a study that said it's not a deterrent for unconditional love in marriage. In other words, it can happen and y'all can get over it depending on the degree of it, depending on counseling, depending on therapy, singles therapy, couples therapy, ongoing maintenance type things. That couple can still go on and y'all be the best of friends and be in love and that relationship will work. Right? You'll see me use science, but science without spirituality is imbalanced. And relationship is more spiritual than religion. Relationship is spiritual, religion is dogmatic for the most part. If I'm talking to a counselor and he doesn't have any spiritual grounding within himself, that relationship is going to be wayward.
Right.
His advice is going to be wayward. It's going to be imbalanced. It's going to be statistical. Well, based on the numbers, these relationships don't work.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers are propagated from a sick society, from a sick culture. Even the doctor is sick. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. And you guys tell me if you fuck with this or you don't. Okay. Because we got to get so real in 2020. This man, Agent Orange, is finna start another war.
Right.
Now, it's a war going on, a world war. And we don't like each other? And we can't cooperate? We can't communicate? We can't get over who left the toilet seat up, who left the light on? We can't get over you didn't call me back?
Right.
Okay.
Instead of just calling that person.
Yeah, how about it?
If you want them to call you back, call them and ask them.
Right.
So read this. Right. Read this. So listen to this. I posted this on my Instagram and people went crazy.
Okay.
True or false? Cutting people off, i.e., holding them in contempt, is the relational equivalent to Western medicine's idea of cutting out cancer. The practice of cutting out cancer still doesn't address the root cause of why the problem manifested itself within you in the first place. And in many cases, the sickness, i.e., the one who's held in contempt returns transformed and re-energized with a vengeance. How many times you seen Western medicine cut some cancer out and that shit grow back even stronger?
A lot.
Okay, cool. Again, do we not, listen, we are empowered by a sick and childish culture. You're not doing what I want you to do, then go away from me.
Right.
I'm leaving. But you leaving with all of the spiritual debris you came with, plus some you got from me, dumbass. And you're gonna have to deal with that in the next situation.
Right, you gotta let it play out to the end.
I know Sara be doing this shit all the time.
She said, oh my God.
Tell the truth, Sara. It's 2020.
Okay.
You do this shit, don't you? You cut somebody off last week.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well, for Christmas, he was supposed to come over, and then I realized the reason why he didn't come over because the girl that he was talking to as well was at his mama house with him. So then he called me the next day like, that's side bitch Christmas, and
It is. That's what that is.
And I was like, nah, I'ma chill. Yeah, so I
Listen, Corey Holcomb said this. It's side bitch Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's side bitch Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day for the side bitch is on the 15th.
Oh, okay. National holiday.
Side bitches get Kwanzaa. First day of Kwanzaa. Emoji. Right. Yeah. Right. You understand?
Right.
You knew what you were.
I
See,
did not. I was supposed to leave earlier. I made a choice for one time, and it just spilled over to the couple.
But the point that I'm trying to make is,
Okay.
conflict is created by knowing what you are, but trying to demand something that you know isn't yours by right because of what you conceded to.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. You trying to act like somebody got to come and say to you, you do know you my side bitch. Your spirit be going, you know you is side bitch.
But after I realized that, it only took me one time. So he's gone.
It's like what you said about questions. We ask the questions. We might not like the answers. You know, we got choices to make when a man answers questions that we asked his ass. If you asking him, are you fucking other people? And he says yes, and you keep fucking him. Well, let's play this out to the end.
I need everybody in my chat room, man. This is the first show of the year. Everybody in the chat room got to hit the like button, got to hit the share button, and please hit the super chat button. We need to start this year off with a bang. I see some of my mods are in here right now. Everybody should support every business we put in front of you today. Support all the businesses, support the books. I got a new book coming.
Uh-oh, watch out now.
I'm working on it.
That's
The Shrouded
right.
Lighthouse. Oh my gosh.
Shrouded Lighthouse.
You need this.
When I tell you the Shrouded Lighthouse is going to hit y'all upside the dome piece on your way home from Jones Beach.
Can I ask about the title? Because the shroud covers, and
Right.
what is the lighthouse? The lighthouse is you.
Oh, you're an artist?
You know.
Hey, can I ask about the cover?
You already know I'm already.
intrigued by the cover, though.
The Shrouded Lighthouse, dude, is like, okay, so it's covered, and what's inside the lighthouse?
Oh my God, we did a whole show on this. Oh no, I did a Zolo.
Yes, you did a Zolo, not with us.
Zolo.
You know, you was being selfish with your words that day. You didn't want me interrupting you.
Sing it for me. Please sing that hymn.
Selfish with your words.
That was the upper room rendition.
No, I wasn't being selfish. I just had points to make. And you like to jump in with silly shit. You know, Shaquille O'Neal's feet got corns on. I mean,
Hilarious.
but the Shrouded Lighthouse is coming.
Okay.
I talked about it before.
Okay.
But it's a powerful, and it's really part of what we're talking about today.
Okay.
I didn't get into the specifics of that book, but it's coming. And not only is that coming, but that book is coming with, dare I say it for the first time?
Dare you?
What?
I want to say it.
Let it go. It's okay. Let it happen.
Can you see the YouTube, the chat?
Let it happen.
If they say it, I'll say it. Let me know if they say it.
They say it.
If they say it, I'll say it. But I'm working on it right now. I'm organizing it right now.
What they saying, Sarah?
And this book,
They said, do it, Zoe.
Alafia.
Just say it. Chris Thomas said
Thank you.
It's hundreds of people in here. I'm not going to say
They
it for
all
one
saying
person.
say it. I could see it from here.
You can't see nothing. There's one say it.
Megtron say it. T Monique say it.
And not enough people saying say it. It's
Joseph
like
Kaysen
8
say
people
it.
saying
Look at that. Look
Somebody
at that.
said,
Look at
"Say it,
that.
nigga."
It's going to say it crazy.
It's great. Say it.
That's 13 say it.
Say it with your
You know
chest. That's what they're saying in here.
Say that shit, Zoe.
Some of them got a bad internet connection. They saying
That's what it is.
They
Well,
Get off
say,
me.
you know we want to hear it.
Well, this is what y'all got to support it though.
Okay. I'm 100%.
We listening. What to do?
When
We
I tell
down.
you I got something big coming, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm producing a film.
That's
What
good.
kind of film?
The film is called The Shrouded Lighthouse.
Oh,
A
that's
docu-film.
And the book is coming with it.
Oh,
Negro
that's
the
nice.
Bills.
So it's going to be a docu-film? So media.
I'm working on it right now. I'm pulling the team together. I got the camera crew together. I got some writers together.
I act.
That's right.
Oh, for real? We about to do something crazy.
She like actor.
That's why I be telling people to hit this goddamn super chat. I'm gonna need every nickel. Goddamn it, I'm gonna need every nickel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like Hollywood Shuffle. You remember?
Winky Dink Dog.
Winky, Dinky, Dog. Somebody put my Cash App in there so they can hit us off, man. When I tell you, I don't want to reveal what it's gonna be,
Okay.
but when y'all see the lineup,
That's right. That's right.
it's about to be crazy than a mug.
Okay.
That's
Marcus
it.
is in on it.
Oh, Lord.
That's right.
You know, I got meetings about it in terms of the writers that I'm pulling together. And I got a lot of sisters.
Writers.
Write something about Jesus and see what happens.
Right about Jesus.
If he in the screenplay, if he not in the screenplay, he not in the screenplay.
So it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
That's good.
I'm really excited about it.
Congratulations.
You know, I'm really excited.
Well, we are
Well, we're happy for you.
If you need any assistance, help, we down like 4 flat
I'm
tires.
telling
You
you right
already
now,
know.
I'm calling people now.
That's right.
You happy about it, huh? Yeah.
That is a blessing.
So I'm working on it right now. So everybody hit the super chat. Everybody hit the like button. We're going to jump right back into this topic about conflict.
Lighthouse
Manage.
theaters near you.
Well, I ain't going to say it. You're going to make me start talking more about it. I don't really want to do that.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So a movie just came out. And it was trash.
Okay.
But it is still predicated on some very deep principles.
What movie?
Star Wars.
I've been hearing bad reviews about it.
It was trash. But it is predicated on some very powerful principles. Just a quick primer. You got the light side and the dark side. The good niggas and the bad niggas.
Right.
Light side, Jedi. Dark side, Sith. Now what's interesting is you've heard Darth Vader say, search your feelings. You know this to be true. Right? So Jedi typically are on the feeling side. Whereas Sith are on the emotional side. Right?
Right.
Now, you remember the scene in, well, you guys are probably not Star Wars fans.
I'm a Star Wars person, but
You are?
Yeah.
I've never seen
Okay.
any of
So you remember the third one, Revenge of the Sith, when Anakin is fighting Count Dooku. In there, he's about to save the Chancellor, who's this evil Sith Lord nobody knows about. The moment they clash swords, Count Dooku says, I sense a lot of fear in you, but you don't use it.
right.
The Sith feed on fear. Fear is a type of fuel.
Okay.
Passion. They be like, fuck that girl in the ass. And do it with your lightsaber. And don't put a condom on it.
All your dark emotions.
That's the Sith. Do you understand? The Jedi are selfless. The Jedi ain't supposed to have no kids neither. You see, Anakin broke that rule and knocked up Senator Amidala with the quickness with twins.
And became Darth Vader,
But
too.
that's how it led him to the dark side. See, a lot of people don't understand. George Lucas, his original seed and concept for this film came from Joseph Campbell, author of Hero of a Thousand Faces.
Oh, it wasn't THX? Oh.
Okay.
See, and you talking about you're a writer.
I'm talking about George Lucas, his film THX. It came out
That's
before.
a type of sound.
Okay,
THX.
but he's the one that he made a movie.
Using THX, the sound. Now, don't say nothing else.
Okay.
Because it's 2020 and you starting off where you was in 2019. I told you. I had a conversation with her last time. I said, you ain't gonna never get better. You're just going to be a comedian. You're not going to be a radio personality. And what she said.
So I was wrong about the Star Wars. Okay, go ahead. I mean, don't break out your lightsaber on me, pal.
This lightsaber bring a lot of life to you, boy. Turn your whole life around. There go the meerkat. He done made an appearance. They done brought the meerkat back. Hey,
Look how you looking.
Mirror.
So, feeling.
Okay.
Look at how they break this down. Feeling deals with presence, connection, eye-to-eye contact, understanding, prepared to change, taking notice of one's own feelings, peaceful within your body. Have you ever, somebody piss you off and it's almost like you get an instant hot flash sweat?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, I'm about to sock this motherfucker dead in his head.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right? Take notice of your own feelings, peaceful within your own body. Lively, hold on, sorry. Something made my little notes move around. Sorry, here it is. Lively and alive, a sense of joy, a sense of compassion, right? Intimacy, closeness. Intimacy doesn't necessarily mean sex, right? But feeling connected.
Yeah.
And we have these moments where I was getting ready to call you and you call me.
Right.
Or I'm thinking about you and I hit the corner and there you are, right? That's a type of intimacy. And a lot of people don't understand that. That is a type of intimacy. Here we go. Healing, right? If you study Ifa, and many people do, Ogun is the warrior, Orisha. But Ogun also represents matters of the heart, compassion, loving, peace, right? Yeah, it's just something that makes me feel for you.
Okay.
Right? This is not an emotion. You'll hear the Sith and the Jedi say the same thing. I sense there's a disturbance in the Force. Mm-hmm. Not I feel it, but I sense it. In other words, I'm conscious of it. I'm aware that something is off or something is on. In the Revenge of the Sith, when Senator Palpatine says, execute Order 66, and then the clones start killing all the Jedi, they cut to Yoda, who's with Chewbacca and the gang. And he just puts his hand on his head because he felt it.
Right.
He felt, oh shit, there's a disturbance in the Force. Right? Or in the second of the prequels, when Anakin goes and kills all them people and the dogs and the kids, he killed everybody who was responsible for killing his mama.
Right.
Now the movie made it real soft and quick. But when you read the book, Anakin tortured everybody in that camp. One Jedi went in there and smashed on everybody for killing his mama. The book is very graphic. You understand? Then there's confidence, then there's trust, feeling. You hear Obi-Wan tell Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, and then you'll hear Yoda tell Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back. Right? Use the Force. Let the Force flow through you. Listen, they got all this from us. Look at this little puppet sitting Right? This is all ancient, spiritual. Look at the bad baby Yoda.
The Mandalorian.
Hilarious.
Right? There's a sense of confidence when you're at one or at peace with the Force. Right? The Hindus don't say the Force. The Hindus say prana, life force. Right? Now, let's look at the weak side of it. Emotion. The past. So many people maintain conflict in their relationships, the one they're in currently and the one that they're getting out of, because of their rumination on the past. This is why a lot of counselors will tell a couple, I've heard Dr. Goulston say it often, you got to break up with the outcome you desired.
Right. That's big.
That's emotion. This is Sith activity.
The past.
Right? Because you're projecting towards this outcome. It's over. So by default, the relationship is over. That outcome is now in the past. You ruminating on it. You still mad about it. You've moved to another dick, another routine, other places to eat. Instead of listening to the hits on one album, you listen to the B-sides. You think you're different. But you're not. You're still in the past. Because now you've taken an outcome that belonged in a situation in the past and brought it into this new situation, hoping that the new situation provides you the outcome that the last one didn't. You're a Sith. Pull up this video on YouTube right now. Oh Lord.
You know what?
It's of Senator Palpatine, and it's on a loop, and he's just going, unlimited power. Don't play the audio. Just put his face up there. Just
Hilarious.
or just get a picture of him. Senator Palpatine. Right? So listen to this. Listen to this. This is the type of culture we live in right now. Listen to this. On the emotion side. disconnection. I ain't fucking with you no more. Tell me that ain't 99% of motherfuckers you know. I ain't fucking with you no more. I'm leaving. There it is, right there.
Yeah, that's him.
Unlimited power.
And that's most of us all the time.
The Sith uses low-level emotions to try to control a relationship. Wherever there is control, what is the opposite side of control? If it was a coin, the opposite side of control would be freedom.
Freedom. Mm-hmm.
Where there is control, there is fear. When one is seeking to control the relationship and its outcome so that they can be satiated and satisfied by the interaction, that is a Sith.
Okay.
A relationship Sith. I'm going to create a coping mechanism which is designed off of the shit I've been through. And these are your standards and rules on how to behave and act with me. Because I ain't over it. The Sith. Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And there will be peace.
Never seen any of them.
Look at this. Lack of eye contact.
Ah, yeah.
Emotion.
That's a lack, yes.
Look at this. Misunderstanding. How many times have you seen a person go out of their way to maintain a misunderstanding?
Right.
Ooh.
That'll make you go, you know what, fuck you, I ain't fucking with you.
Because you a Sith. Listen. The other always wants. When's the last time you met somebody who was content? You ain't got to do nothing. I'm content with you being here. I'm content with your being. Whatever it is that you are, I'm content with that.
I haven't.
When's the last time you met somebody like that?
I haven't.
9 times out of 10, 10 out of 10, you meet a motherfucker go, you know, you'd be dope as fuck if you did this.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You almost, I had a woman tell me one time, you were almost there. I was 27. Boy, just a couple more years. I was like,
Couple more years for
I
what?
was like, but you're 34 and you're fucking with me.
Right.
I know I'm gonna get you. You actually don't look too bad if you lose some weight.
I was like, yeah, you did that?
Yeah, I actually won't.
After they just pulled out of you.
Right.
Yeah, they gonna like that hot boxing regardless. Now, let me tell you what to turn all that off.
Some slopping on the knob.
Look, let me tell you.
Like corn on the cob.
If God set it up for the warmth and the sloppy juiciness of these heavier chicks, that sloppy juiciness just be wonderful. It's like a vaginal toaster. It's like
Toasted.
if God set it up.
You know.
Listen to me now. If God set it up so when a woman loses weight, the temperature of the vaginal toaster go down.
Oh.
No, you lose some degrees.
You lose degrees in the warm box.
I don't know about
Or
that.
you lose a bit of moisture.
Oh Lord.
No, not the moisture.
Cats wouldn't be complaining. They'd be
Gotta
like,
drink water.
Stay fluffy, baby.
Okay, I'm done.
Stay fluffy.
And hydrated.
Hilarious.
I'm sorry, let me get back to it.
Yeah, because, okay, back to the
The other always wants. The other is needy. The other needs attention. The other is insecure. The other needs to be focused on. The other needs to be remembered. Here's a big one. Discussions.
Okay.
The emotional person needs constant discussions, whether it be reassurance, whether it be clarity. Man, I just want to know. I just want to be clear.
Right.
Get your scary ass out of here. You're fearful.
Right.
When you're content, you don't need an answer.
Right.
The truth is evident through contentment. People don't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
I don't need to explain to you why I'm happy.
Right.
Right. I'm just who
I
I
don't need to
am.
explain to you why I feel good. I don't need to listen. This is a big one. I don't need to explain to you why, although I still have work to do on me, that I'm content with myself.
Right.
Whoa, I don't know what you happy for. You got a lot of shit to do. You can't be my principal on the outside of me. You can't be my warden as an observer of the experience that is me. I'll grow you up if you listen. If you listening, I'll grow you up.
Oh, yeah. I'm listening tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Is spirituality logical?
No.
No.
To the person, it's the spiritual person it is, but to everyone else, no.
Back to that point about contentment.
Right.
Sometimes you can be content in a moment and don't really know why you're content. And how do you get the best out of that moment? You just allow the moment to be. Right?
Yeah.
Listen to how this locks in. For the emotional, because that goes back to discussions, for the emotional Sith, logic comes into play. Shit gotta line up. Shit's got to add up. It's got to make sense.
Right.
I need to understand. Do you know the highest level of truth? There's no words for it. Highest level of truth is an experience of God through you. Right? There's a term for it. Look it up. The term is ineffable.
Ineffable.
Let's look it up. You know how to spell it?
He expected you to really know. Not.
This shit popped right up. Ineffable. 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 What does it mean?
I think this is it.
Let's see. What is it?
Okay, too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words.
Wow.
That's God. That's love. That's the truth.
Ineffable.
Ineffable. We don't have ineffable experiences because we locked into logic, because logic leads to rightism, rightaholics. I need to prove to you that I ain't the crazy one.
Right.
Logic is linear, spirit is nonlinear.
Right.
Ineffable. The Jedi is, I'm content with the what is and without a fucking explanation. I'm all right.
Right. No matter
Now,
what.
if an explanation comes through, great.
Right.
If I get a piece of understanding from an adjacent experience or from this experience, fine. But if I don't, I still don't marginalize the experience or the person who brought the experience to me. Do you see how logic comes in? Do you see how logic takes the... That shit don't make no sense. Women do that shit to men. So you said you was where? And you was with who? And you was doing what?
You stopped at what gas station?
At what gas station? I know that's a lie, because my cousin Terry, you didn't see him, was over there filling up, and your ass wasn't there at the same time. Here go the text message from Terry.
Right.
Logic. Do you see? Spirituality is not logical. The spiritual purpose of relationships aren't logical. Do you see how fear steps in and makes you want to know?
Yes.
Ooh, okay, let's keep going. Right after logic comes into play, you get exhaustion, you get loneliness, you get curse, you get revenge, you get ego, you get doubt. This is the way of the Sith. And how many relationships and the conflicts therein are maintained by the adjectives I just explained?
Right. Lots of them.
So many.
I just be trying to figure it out.
Most relationships are, because I mean, I'm listening to you like, yeah, I've been guilty of a lot of that.
You guilty of this
behavior.
shit yesterday. You got a man, don't you?
Whatever. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
do know.
No, I am.
Because I know you wasn't
single
available
the
for
last
one of
time
these
I checked.
events, and your ass was off somewhere getting
That
that
was
Willie
my
Watt.
birthday. I was gone out of town for my birthday.
And what was happening?
I was just out of town for my birthday.
Was there some humpy dulo?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't try to play.
Dulo.
She's Scorpio. She knows it was humpy dulo.
I was swimming. I was swimming for my birthday.
I bet you did. Gushy.
I went swimming in 4 pools.
Logic is linear. Spirit is non-linear. Do you understand? Logic deals with building. Right? That's masculine. Spirit deals with manifestation. That's feminine. Yeah, I want y'all to understand something about what you're manifesting in your relationships while you're calling for what? What are you calling for?
La 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 la.
You're asking for a spiritual experience filtered through a logical framework. As long as you keep doing this, I'll be content. That means you're not content.
At all.
Right.
You replace the word content with addicted. You're addicted to a certain set of behaviors, and the moment those behaviors are gone, you now have cause to leave a person you said the pussy was his when he was knee deep in it.
Oh.
Now, how many dicks have you said that this pussy belonged to?
You know.
Me?
Watch out, man.
You tell a nigga that pussy belong to him, it's a problem.
Right, you say that, man. It's on.
Yeah, I ain't. That's a dumb mistake right there. This pussy's yours. Oh yeah, bitch. Okay.
You can always repossess it. You can always repossess it.
Look, the auntie say, "Don't you say that, girl." Even if you mean it that
But that
day.
would be closer to the truth.
She mean it at that moment, probably.
Well, why don't she say it in the moment? This is yours for now.
Because it don't flow with the.
Yes, it does.
It's too many words.
That would make my dick harder.
Wow.
This is yours right now.
Yes.
For the moment.
Yes. I would
Look.
be more engaged.
Right.
Because you saying, and I'm saying you saying it to me. You saying something like that to me comes across as a bold-faced lie, and now you get the yogurt dick for the last 7 minutes.
Oh, cause she said this pussy.
'Cause she
is
lying.
yours. Right? Cause she don't mean that shit.
According to Dr. David R. Hawkins, the author of Power versus Force, the truth makes you stronger. Lies make you weaker. This
that.
erection is going to go in the other direction.
That sound like a Bootsy song. This erection.
Right.
If you tell me
Dick is rerouting.
this is mine.
Right. That sound like,
She lied. She lied.
that sound like a Bootsy Collins song. You should make up a new song called "The Dick Is Rerouted."
Right, it's based off of the study of kinesiology.
Like telekinesis.
What did I say telekinesis?
Kinesiology. What does that mean?
That's a good question.
You said it
Look
like
up
I know. What
kinesiology for this girl.
What?
that's why I said telekinesis, nigga, because I don't know what kinesiology is.
This girl right here.
Is it telecom? Wait,
No,
Is it
kinesiology.
I got it.
Kinesiology.
No, kines. I know what telekinesis.
Okay, one moment.
Lord have mercy, Jesus, because she
Oh wait,
eology.
Oh, it's an O in there, L.
Hey, I got this. Don't worry about it. It is the scientific study of a human or non-human body movement. Kinesiology addresses physiological, biomechanical and psychological dynamic principles and movement.
Okay, so stop.
Yeah.
The psychological piece
Yeah.
and the biomechanic piece go together. In other words, mind, body,
Okay.
psychosomatic. Women claim y'all can feel alive, but you never give us any insight on how that lie feels when you swallow it.
How the lie feels. Like, okay, so when we're accepting the lie is what you're saying? Okay, I'm not a lie acceptor. Mimi, you want to take that?
So you ain't never accept no lies. A man ain't never lied to you to get somewhere with you, and you knew he was lying, and you let it go on a little bit.
But that's because I had an ulterior motive.
I'm finna leave.
I'm just being honest. That's because my ulterior motive was, okay, nigga.
Well, what did it feel
keep
like when
lying.
you swallowed the lie? Oh, perfect ass motherfucker! Goddamn.
It felt like, okay, I'm about to get what I came here for, and he's thinking he getting away with something because he lying. I'm like, you have no idea who you fuck
hope y'all
with.
listening.
I hope y'all listening too, because that's how women think. It's the truth.
I'm gonna come to everybody. Mimi and then Sarah.
If a guy continues to lie to me over and over again, that watered down the relationship because now I don't really know who you are. You got all these stories and I don't even really know who I'm dealing with. Now, if he's making up lies and they're kind of frivolous lies, let's just say I said, where were you at last night? And I know he was somewhere he says he's not, and I accepted it like what you just asked. A part of me is kind of like almost having a talk with myself. Like, you see this bullshit? This nigga think you stupid or something. And then basically I'm having a talk with myself to avoid having to talk with him because I have to say something to somebody about this bullshit.
Keep going, Mimi.
So I talk to myself. I was like, you see this motherfucking shit? He think you some punk. You know what I mean? And now I'm talking it out. And then I may not even say that I know for whatever the reason is. Let's just say it's his mama's birthday. It's Christmas. It's something about it that I don't want to say what I got to say. A part of me is still not right though. It's almost like wearing a mask because I'm smiling, but I'm really crying inside. I'm really upset inside. I feel betrayed, or I feel you lied, or I can't figure out what's up. But I'm still being cool with you. So it's kind of like it's not really being phony, but it kind of is being phony because you're upset and you're not really.
That means you're the liar.
Yeah, because you're lying to yourself in order to cope with this situation. I mean, you're kind of lying to yourself in order to cope with what's happening. So then it's a transfer of,
Let me
feelings.
go, Sarah, then back to you, because I know you got something.
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Sarah.
It's like I like telling myself I told you so. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got because I kind of feel it always before it hit me or something, but I ignore it. So it's like I'm the white girl in the horror movie that know that the person is tracing after you. Don't go in the door, and I'm going the door because, I don't know what it's like to get killed by a serial killer. So why not? It just those chances that I take that are so stupid. That's me.
But do the chances get your vulva wet?
In some erotic way, absolutely. I like it. I don't know. It's the danger.
This is what I'm trying to get down to it. We right here.
Stranger danger.
I'm a bad nigga. It's just bad decisions somehow make my pussy wet. I don't know why.
Woo! That is a show.
Strange.
That is a show right there.
Decision.
That is a show. How bad decisions
Get my pussy.
make women horny. You love the bad decision. You about to take up to your room and give fellatio and hot, lovely relations. You love it.
I'm about to give you all my.
But what I'm saying is, so many people in our culture are vacuous and empty spiritually that dating the wrong choice, ignoring intuition is a form of stimulation. It makes you feel like you're alive. It's no different than a white person saying, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest with just a t-shirt on. I can do it with mind power. He wants to meet a Yeti, and when I get to the top, there's gonna be a Yeti.
You know what?
Bigfoot's grandfather is gonna meet me. Do you understand? They do shit like, I'm gonna jump out of a plane with just straws on.
Right.
Do you understand?
I'm gonna
And a lot of
live.
times in relationships, because we're so spiritually vacuous, we will put ourselves in situations that we know
Should not be.
Definitely, I've done that.
I have to.
and then you ask where the conflict comes from and how it's made.
Wow.
Spiritual emptiness creates conflict. You know why?
No.
You know why?
No. Tell us.
Because, oh Lord, spiritual emptiness creates desire, wanting,
I'm sorry.
longing. Where there is spiritual fullness, there is contentment. Where there is emptiness, there is desire. And when the desires aren't met, it produces frustration. Frustration leads to anger. And for anger leads to contempt, leads to violence.
Right. And it's all fear-based from the beginning. I see where you're going with this.
Do you see?
Yes.
Empty. So empty. And when I say empty, I don't mean actually empty.
Right.
I don't even mean entropy, the second law of thermodynamics, where you can no longer access the energy. No, the energy of spirituality, of oneness with source, is always there for you and available for you to access it. A lot of times, we simply are too afraid and we disconnect from what we think is bigger than us. So we go to something small that feels comfortable.
Because of the fear of letting it happen and just going through it to the end.
Right. And guess what? Deep down in your heart, you already know that there's an ending point to this.
Yes.
And that's your out.
Right.
The spiritual aspect makes you say, no, there's really no out. Because education is lifelong.
Right.
Self-knowledge is always developing. It's unfolding and unfolding within you. So you're always a work in progress. You're always evolving and changing and learning and growing. And it's just new aspects of yourself being revealed to you as you begin to evolve. That is more fearful than fear itself. Because in that revelation, in that evolution comes personal accountability and responsibility for who you've become. It's easier to say, let me fuck with do dirty over here, knowing do dirty ain't the one.
Right.
Right.
But because do dirty comes in with a built-in exit, you ain't shit. I knew you wasn't shit from the beginning.
Right. Right.
Ladies,
Yeah.
why y'all do that?
Well, you know, with some women, they held on to a guy until somebody else better comes. But then really, if they're really letting the guy into their world, it's hard for the other person to come in the first place. So they're kind of like, they say they're waiting for someone else. Let's just say if that's the plan, like they're dating Do Dirty, right? And they're like, well, I know I'm not going to be with Do Dirty. But when a Mr. Right comes, I'm going to leave Do Dirty alone. Well, the problem is if Do Dirty's got a range, hitting days, and you constantly see Do Dirty, you're not really going to ever bump into this exit strategy that you say that you're going to have, because actually he's become kind of comfortable. It's like a security blanket. You know, you're going to get hit. You're going to get whatever it is he brings to the table. And some people like that. I got a friend, she lives for that kind of stuff. She likes to be the side piece. The side piece is her. And, you know, it's something about it that makes her feel comfortable. I don't know what that looks like, but everyone has a talk with her about it. Like, why are you comfortable always being the side piece? Why? And then when she finds out she likes the person, she tries to destroy the current relationship he's in. So then she becomes a monster in the relationship. She starts off being this sweet, oh, I love you, or you got your girl. And he's telling all his personal business to her, unfortunately. And then she uses it against him, finds out where the wife works, calling up there, starting stuff, all with the hopes to get the guy. But you knew he was taken in the beginning. So it's kind of like sick. You know, when I saw her doing that, to be honest with you, I stepped back. I said, I don't even like people that do that. Like, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it, right? You took you said, okay, I'm down with it. Now it's not going your way. Now you're going to ruin his life. That's a shame. And people that do that, that's shameful.
But you know what? There are men who do it too.
Yeah, shameful.
Home wreckers.
Let me just be honest with you. Most men are insecure when it comes to women because they've overvalued vagina.
Right.
Oh.
Now, vagina is powerful. But because most men live an empty, vacuous, mundane life, vagina becomes the Christ of his life.
The Holy Grail.
That.
The Holy Grail. He pursues it unendingly.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you
Had some
something.
of
The
those.
power of a woman can change depending on how she carries herself, depending on how she presents herself. The power of a woman can change a man's behavior.
True.
Without her even trying to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think so many of the same look-alike, quote-unquote, cute girls on Instagram got 1 million followers?
Right.
Because it's some thirsty, hungry, please let me bathe in the waters of Minnetonka ass nigga out there. Do you understand? It's always some of them.
Yeah.
And they overvalue a woman who can't do your taxes. They overvalue a woman who can't organize your business and your corporation. They value a woman who can't cook. They value a woman who can't mentor you.
Right.
Who can't, listen to me now, who can't minister to your spirit.
Wow.
You are valuing a mannequin.
I'm sorry. Not a mannequin. Just an empty.
Does this is dinner number 4. Does this lead to a hug or a kiss or something?
You know what?
No, it lead to a new Gucci bag, nigga. That's what it lead to. When we go into the store, then I let you see my nipples.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want women to think that I'm just putting it on them. The women's biggest problem, which creates conflict in relationship, is A, you're afraid to be the true you because society condemns you for that.
Right.
B, you ignore your intuition. C, you start arguments so you can get around to what you really want to talk about. But with men, we maintain conflict because we're inflexible. If your woman just so happens to be the great-great-granddaughter of a shaman, and the gift somehow, she got the shining. But because you make more money than her, you can't listen to the insights and intuition and the gifts that come through her. Maybe that ain't it. Maybe she's just smarter than you. And she like you, not for your brain, but just because of who you are.
Yeah, just for you.
Maybe you found a rare one that said, hey, nigga, you ain't got to be as smart as me. That's fine. I like you.
Right.
For who you are in spite
How
of
you are, who you are, what you are, I fuck with you.
That
Right.
part.
But you still in your feelings and insecure and trying to control and play a role. This will tell you that the roles, who made the roles? Did God make the role? Did God say it?
Humans.
Because I want to know, is it in the Bible?
It's humans.
I know the Bible. I done read the Bible now, goddammit.
It's the humans.
I done read the Quran. I done read the Torah. I have read the Injil. I have read the Zubur. I have read the Upanishads, the Vedas. I done read some shit. Who made the rolls? And I'm not talking about dinner rolls, nigga.
Society.
Society.
Culture and society.
Who made the rolls?
People. You know who made the rules and the roles.
So, if your woman has a skill set that you don't have, isn't it more masculine to give her the space to manifest those skills within your intimate interaction?
Yeah, no, but they like, bitch, you think you're better than me. You trying to screw that light bulb in without me, and you know I can't screw light bulbs in or whatever.
So then what happens is women start playing games. I better let this nigga fucking get the oil changed so he can feel like something.
Yeah, even though I could have did it myself in 5 minutes.
I better cancel the motherfucking plumber. Let this nigga go in there with his wrench and fuck some shit up.
Right.
But he need to feel like something. Women will play those games.
Shoot, I have a friend, she'll give her man the money so he can pay for the bill in front of everybody else so he doesn't feel so self-conscious when it's bill time. I see her slip him the money, you know.
Listen, Minnie, you just said some cold shit.
So that she doesn't feel some kind of way. Or she'll buy herself gifts and put them on social media. My man bought me this, but she really bought it. He didn't buy anything. She's buying all the gifts.
Listen, that happened to me.
Sound like she need therapy.
When the foxhole ended, I had just purchased, I had it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I had purchased a brand new Mini Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Shit was icy. It was white silver.
Not white silver. As you look in
The
the sky.
memoirs of the Mini Cooper.
It was white silver. And it had white side view mirrors and a white top. It was beautiful.
Memoirs of a
But I
Mini
couldn't
Cooper.
pay it.
It happens.
And I lost it. And that was fine. And I was with a girl at the time or whatever. And we were at dinner. And she handed me the money under the table. Now let me tell you something about Zoe. I'm a weirdo off rip.
True.
So I was like, you don't have to do that. Just pay for it.
Right.
And I like pushing, the envelope.
Right.
I want your mama and your daddy to see you pay for this food. Not because I'm an asshole, but because you gotta break them out of some illusions.
Right, because you passing me the money under the table.
You trying to maintain an illusion with them. Now, in that relationship, her father was like, that nigga's special. He knew, like, this is a different kind of nigga altogether. You got this nigga? This nigga here? And how it manifested itself over time, the way I'm talking now, I could only talk like that around him. But around her mama and the bougie side,
some bullshit.
don't talk about Obama and don't talk about this and
Oh,
don't talk
fuck
about
that.
voting. But when I'm around her daddy, tell him about the Moors.
But why the difference between her mother and father? If they're married, how come you could talk to
they weren't
him?
married.
Oh, the parents weren't married?
It's keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
Keeping up appearances is another way to keep what? Conflict in your relationship. Because an appearance is a mask. And masks get heavy.
Yeah, you gotta take it off and breathe. Can't breathe through a mask good.
You motherfuckers.
Have you ever worn a mask at Halloween? You be trying to breathe through the little holes.
They do have some breathable.
But this is what I'm saying.
No,
I
I'm
wasn't
just
trying to
making
be,
a metaphor.
I wasn't
No,
trying to be
no.
disrespectful to the girl, but I wanted her to shatter some shit. Shatter that. Because otherwise, we're going to have to live up to that all the goddamn time if we stay together. Fuck what they think.
Right.
Well, I'm giving you the money so you can be the man. The money don't make me the man.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. What is money? It's a social lubricant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's KY for these streets.
Right.
Keep it sliding.
That's what money is. It keeps you sliding through the streets, sliding up different levels of society. Don't believe me? Take your ass up to motherfucking Bel Air right now with nowhere to go.
Right.
The motherfucking private security niggas will be on your ass. What are you doing here, nigga?
Right.
Who are you going to see?
Ain't no tents and shit up there by motherfucking Bel Air.
Right.
You understand? It's lubrication. You understand? Typically, the metal of the man manifests the lubrication not only in a woman, but in his pockets. You understand that? To the African, to Ifa, money is female. And it makes sense.
It kind of does.
In the court, the judge sits on a bench. If you look up the word bench in the Black's Law Dictionary, it's a Latin term that the judge sits on, the bench. It means bank.
Interesting.
It means bank. What controls the currency but the banks of the river? The bench controls the currency. Currency is flow. That's why when a motherfucker balling, they say he's affluent. And when a motherfucker's sick, they say suffering from fluenza. The flu. Fluidity, flow, lubrication. The African calls money age. That's the orisha of money, of wealth. Money is feminine. That's why when you got it, they there.
You birthing some bread.
You want to get rid of some conflict in your life, brothers? Get some money.
That's right.
Somebody just said it right here. In Hinduism, Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and money. Money is feminine. So you got to become a lesbian, punk.
That'll never happen. Sorry. Never gonna happen. They got two things I don't like. Licking the coochie and using fake penises. Sorry, never can happen.
Licking the coochie and fake penises. All right, so let me address this really quickly before we wrap up. People are coming in saying, oh, it's January 6th. And it says last VOR of the year. I need you to think. How many, if you've been a part of this show for a long time, you know when we broadcast, the last topic that is put in that damn motherfucker will pop up. You know it's 2020, but somebody got to explain it to your slow ass. Y'all goofy.
They just want you to correct
They bringing goofiness into 2020.
They want you to correct it now.
So you mean, wait a minute, you mean that it's not January 6th?
It's still December. December 30th.
Right.
I love y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been the first Voice of Reason of 2020. Don't get it twisted. The aunties is about to get cracking again. Oh, and let me shout my people out. The Ram Omar hoodie is just retarded.
Yeah.
All right, now.
Where my camera? Yeah, you know that's my camera, girl. Ram Omar NY. Look at this fine embroidered hoodie, and it comes with a whole sweatsuit. I just wore the hoodie today.
All right, now.
But yeah, y'all go to Ram Omar NY, support that brother. He's doing good business. Support all the businesses that I put in front of you. Hey, Dean, come over here, man, one more time, man, and tell these people real quick where they can support your brand. Please, let's do this right now.
Thank you very much. Well, you can support my brand at Express Yourself Sports Merchandise. Oh, come over this one?
Yeah.
Like that?
You can come look right in this camera right here. Right there. There you go. Boom. Yeah.
And look at that camera
There you go. You can stand right up, brother. You ain't got to crouch.
Okay.
Crouching tiger. You can walk right up there. You good?
Okay.
It's expressyourselfsportsmerchandise.com.
There you go. Please support him. Sell him out. Buy all of his stuff. I know I got Fresno fans up here that listen to the show. Check the brother out.
Express Yourself merchandise.
Sports merchandise.
Express Yourself Sports Merchandise.
Get
There you
yours
go.
today.
All right. Love y'all. Appreciate everybody.
y'all.
Thanks for
Bye.
tuning in. Deuces.
Deuces.